Oats make horses crazy. Mash is essential in winter, and horses can survive on grass alone. There are a lot of myths around horse feeding. Most of them got passed through generations, some have a grain of truth, others are completely dangerous. Most of them come from times when horses lived differently, worked differently, and ate differently than they do today. But a lot of them also simply came from lack of scientific research in former times. Today, I give you a brief overview on 22 of those feeding myths. Let's start. Myth number 1. Winter is mash time. Mash became popular in the 1800s when horses stood in tie stalls all winter with limited water access. It was a hydration source, not a nutritional necessity. Today, your horse has free water access. Mash isn't essential, but it can help horses who don't drink enough in cold weather or have digestive issues. For healthy horses with good water intake, mash is definitely not necessary. Myth number 2. Oats make crazy horses. Oats are high in starch, converted to sugar, available as energy in 20 minutes. That's not making your horse crazy. That's physics. The real issue with oats is overfeeding energy without adequate exercise. The energy has to go somewhere. If your horse isn't working, it comes out as spicy behavior. Match feed to workload, problem solved. Myth number 3. All minerals need calcium. Not all mineral feeds need high calcium. It depends on your base diet. Your horse gets grass and hay. This usually has good calcium, and there is no need for supplementation. Calcium supplementation is explicitly recommended for growing horses and lactating mares. But to be completely sure, test your hay, calculate your ration. Myth number 4. All vitamins matter equally. Vitamin C. Horses can synthesize ascorbic acid, which is basically vitamin C in their liver. Fun fact, the only mammals that fail at this are humans and guinea pigs. All other mammals can do it. If vitamin C is still added to the diet, this is not a problem, as any excess is excreted in the urine. So you're only producing expensive urine. The same applies to B vitamins, which are all synthesized by the intestinal flora, a healthy digestive system. The situation is different with vitamin A, which is a fat-soluble vitamin and is not excreted in the urine. If sufficient hay or green fodder is fed in summer, there is enough vitamin A, provitamin A, known as beta-carotene. This always refers to adult horses. For growing animals or breeding animals, things may potentially be different. One exception is vitamin E, which should be supplemented in the diet, especially in winter. This brings us back to the myth surrounding oats. Whole oats contain plenty of vitamin E. Vitamin E is particularly important for horses with muscle disorders, horses with MI mutation, and also for performance horses. Horses have an increased vitamin E requirement when their muscles are under strain, and this requirement is not sufficiently met in winter when green fodder is not available. The most problematic vitamin is vitamin D. Vitamin D is produced by the body itself under the influence of sunlight. Horses, like cows, are very sensitive to excess vitamin D. This leads to increased calcium absorption. Horses develop calcium deposits in their ligaments, tendons, and kidneys as a result. Focus on what your horse actually needs, not every vitamin on the shelf. Myth number 5. No grain means no energy. Horses get energy from forage. Quality hay provides plenty of calories for light to moderate work. Grain is only necessary for horses in heavy work, growing horses, or those who can't maintain weight on forage alone. Stop overfeeding grain to horses who don't need it. You're creating metabolic problems, not energy. Myth number 6. Beet pulp makes your horse gain weight. Beet pulp is a fiber source with moderate energy. It doesn't inherently make horses fat. What makes horses fat? Feeding more calories than they burn. You can make a horse fat on anything if you overfeed it. Beet pulp is actually great for adding safe calories without excess starch. Use it strategically and only if absolutely necessary, as always. Myth number 7. Horses avoid poisonous plants. This is partially true, but completely dangerous. Many toxic plants taste bitter. Horses avoid them when forage is plentiful. But when food is scarce, they'll eat anything. And dried poisonous plants in hay? Many of them lose their toxins during the drying process. Some are still toxic, but the bitter taste is gone. Ragwort, for example, is deadly even when dried. Never rely on instinct. Remove toxic plants from pastures. Myth number 8. Grass provides a complete nutrition. Fresh grass provides excellent nutrition, in theory. In reality, modern pastures lack diversity. Fast-growing grasses are high in sugar and protein, but low in minerals and trace elements. Plus, soil quality varies dramatically. What's missing in the soil is missing in the grass. Even on good pasture, mineral supplementation is usually necessary. To be on the safe side, it is advisable to take a soil sample from the pasture areas. Myth number 9. Hay nets make horses eat slower. Hay nets with large holes? Your horse eats just as fast as feeding from the ground. For slow feeding, you need small holes, about 3 centimeters or 1.5 inches maximum. But watch the height. Nets hung too high can cause neck and back problems over time. Hang them at chest height or lower. Myth number 10. Dried bread is the perfect treat. Horses love bread. But that doesn't make it healthy. Wheat and rye bread are high in gluten, a sticky protein that can cause stomach blockages. Excess starch disrupts hindgut bacteria and can trigger laminitis. An occasional small piece? Fine. Regular feeding? You're risking colic and metabolic issues. Bread does not belong in horses. Myth number 11. Carrots work as natural dewormer. This myth is not only false, but also really dangerous. When you feed lots of carrots and see worms in manure, it's not because carrots killed them. Carrots actually promote parasite proliferation in the stomach. Carrots are great for beta-carotene. But they are not dewormers. Use proper parasite management based on fecal egg counts. Myth number 12. From hay, horses get a fat belly. A hay belly isn't fat, it's a full functioning digestive system. Horses are designed to have forage moving through their gut constantly. That creates volume. Once digested, the belly reduces. The exception: horses eating excessive amounts of low-quality hay or straw. But adequate quality hay, that's not making your horse fat. Myth number 13. Summertime means no supplements. Summer grass is better than winter hay for vitamins A and E. But it's not complete nutrition. Modern pastures still lack mineral diversity, and high-sugar spring grass can be dangerous for metabolic horses. Even in summer, mineral supplementation is important. And for easy keepers, grass intake may need restriction. Myth number 14. Coat change is zinc time. Zinc requirements do increase slightly during coat change. But blindly supplementing zinc is dangerous. Horses tolerate high zinc, but toxicity starts around 15 mg per kilogram of body weight daily. Excess zinc also damages gut microbiome diversity. Check your total ration first. Most horses already get adequate zinc from feed and mineral supplements. Myth number 15. Spring detox required. Detoxing your horse after winter sounds good, but if liver values are poor in spring, the problem isn't winter, it's your year-round nutrition. Horses don't need detox, they need balanced nutrition with adequate nutrients for coat change and metabolic function. Fix the ration, not the symptoms. Myth number 16. When it's cold, your horse needs more protein. Protein requirements don't increase in winter just because it's cold. What matters is hay quality. High-quality hay contains 8 to 10% crude protein. If your horse gets 7 to 10 kilos daily, protein needs are met. The problem is with poor hay quality from bad harvests. If your hay is low protein, then yes, supplement. So it's not about winter, it's about hay quality. Myth number 17. Warm water required in cold temperatures. Horses prefer cold water over warm water when given a choice. But here's the catch. In winter, they drink 40% more when water is warmed to 12 to 15 degrees 6 versus near freezing temperatures. Cold water doesn't hurt them. But if your horse isn't drinking enough in winter, warming water a little bit can prevent dehydration and colic. Myth number 18. Fat horses can't have oil. This is backwards. Oil provides energy without protein or sugar, ideal for metabolic horses. The key is adjusting the rest of the ration. You can't add oil on top of everything else. But used strategically, oil is safer than grain for horses who need weight management. Myth number 19. Muesli to prefer over pellets. Neither is inherently better. It depends on ingredients and your horse's needs. Muesli allows selective eating. Horses can pick out what they like and leave the rest. That can create imbalanced nutrition. Pellets ensure consistent intake of all ingredients. For picky eaters or horses needing precise nutrition, pellets are often better. Myth number 20. Morning, midday and evening hay. Meals are enough. Horses are continuous grazers. They should never go more than 4 hours without forage. 3 meals daily creates long gaps, especially overnight. This increases ulcer risk, stress and behavioral problems. Horses need 12 to 16 hours of eating time daily. Use slow feeders, multiple hay stations, or increase feeding frequency. Myth number 21. Self-selection works. The idea sounds great. Horses instinctively know what they need and will lick the right minerals. Reality? Horses can't self-diagnose deficiencies. They might lick based on taste preference, not nutritional need. Mineral bars can supplement, but they don't replace a calculated balanced mineral program. Myth number 22. More protein means more muscle. Muscles grow through training, not protein alone. Protein deficiency slows muscle development. But excess protein doesn't accelerate it. It actually slows growth because the body uses energy to break down and eliminate excess. You need adequate protein matched to workload. More isn't better. Balanced is better. These myths don't just waste your money on unnecessary supplements. They can actually harm your horse's health. Because the biggest myth of all, that following traditional advice keeps your horse safe. Proper horse nutrition is about understanding the science behind what your individual horse needs. First, test your hay. Everything else is guesswork. Hay quality varies wildly. You can't calculate a ration without knowing what's in your forage. Second, match energy to workload. Most behavioral problems aren't feed-related, they're management problems. Horses need movement, not less food. Third, mineral supplementation is necessary year-round. Modern forage doesn't provide complete nutrition. Period. Fourth, individual variation matters. What works for one horse might not work for another. Body condition, metabolism, workload, age, all of this affects requirements. Fifth, quality matters for everything. Bedding straw, hay, supplements. If your horse can eat it or breathe it, quality matters. And most importantly, when in doubt, calculate your ration on your own, or let it be calculated by professional help. Don't guess with your horse's health. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. In the meanwhile, keep your horses healthy.